You know what innovation is? You know why people can't see innovation? Because innovation is a change in the way things have always been done. You can't recognize it because your brain is programmed to see similarities. People cannot spot innovation until it's thrown in their face. They cannot spot it. It goes by you because you're used to, it's like when you're driving down the road, okay? You forget from point A to point B. You remember leaving your house, you remember arriving, but all of a sudden you kind of blank out what happened on the way, right? Well, what happens if a tree fell in the middle of the road? You probably hit it. You know why? Because you're zoning out, because this is the way it's always been. You get comfortable with this level of taking your past knowns. But what is innovation? Unknowns. It's things that haven't been done yet. Innovation is improvements, changes. We hate change. Our bodies go through a great extent to keep us from changing. If you try to lose weight, you can't. Why? Your body doesn't want to change. You try to build muscle, it's hard. Why? Because your body doesn't like change. Everything about the human programming is designed to be change resistant. So when change comes along, it's no freaking wonder we say, no, it's always been that way. It's never going to change. That's how we're programmed. And you got to fight against that. You will never see innovation. And what drives me crazy about this is that when the people do see innovation, they make that the standard. They say, oh, everything has changed now. Everything from hereafter was going to be changed just like that. Oh, Richard designed a coin to pump. Everybody that designs a coin now is designing their coin to pump. No, not everybody has the intent. Not everybody has the same design. HEX is not the standard. It is the anomaly. And I don't know how to express that to people so that they understand that these things are very, very rare. Very, very, very rare. The reason you don't get big innovation changes or improvements is because people do try to stay with what they've known. This is the way it's always been. This seems to work. So like in our industry, in crypto industry, people are rewarded for drawing pictures, right? And selling their pictures as stick figures. They don't build portraits here. Why? Because they're used to selling stick figures. If they can get away with stick figures, why would you waste the time painting a portrait? Why would you put all that effort in painting a portrait? There's only one reason to do that. You have to have somebody that wants to paint that portrait to go, I did that. This is me. You see their shit over there? That's garbage. You see this here? This is me. I did this. You see how much better this is than theirs? I did this. That's what you need. You need somebody that comes along and wants to be the best. You want somebody that has the ego, the tenacity, the goal to be the best. People don't get to be the best by drawing stick figures. They get to be the best by building the best, by trying the hardest, by putting in the most amount of effort. Not mediocrity, meritocracy. You can get by drawing stick figures in crypto space, but you will never be successful if that's as far as you're going to push it. And the time of stick figures has passed. Now people have to start innovating, and others will innovate. Others will innovate. They haven't up to this point. But Ethereum fees will come down because when Pulse is made, they will have to come down. You have to have alternatives for people to go to so that they can see the difference. If they can't see the difference and it's not clear to them, things will just flatline. As Richard says, everything else is HEX is.
So we had Richard is working 2 years, over 2 years for pulsechain. It took HEX 2 years. And then you have these people that just like come out of nowhere, and many of them are anonymous, and they're like, no expectations. We're building the pulse this, pulse that, which they, get together or in a matter of months or weeks. What's your take on that? What's the direction of the of what direction are these projects going to go? And yeah.
What do you think? I think the direction of these projects are going to go.
And why? And why? And why?
The why is very simple, because it's still stick figures. They're coming up with the quickest solution possible to get something to in front of you to make that decision. I know what a pressure sale is, right? You know, I've worked sales. I know how you you know, dangle the shiny object in front of people and get them to buy into it. You know, so I'm immune. I'm absolutely immune. You
Yeah.
know, look, why are you here? Ask yourself, why are you here? You want to be independently wealthy. You want to earn money, not lose money. That's why you're here. You want to make gains. Or do you want to gamble? What's your choice? There's a difference between gambling and saving. The problem is crypto has always been gambling. What do I mean by that? Everybody wants to be all in or all out of their position, right? And they
Yes.
want one lump sum gain. And it's gambling. What is saving? Saving is where you add to your pile. You're just adding to your pile. You're not taking it out. You're not loaning it out. You're not doing anything. Saving is adding to your pile. This is a very foreign concept to everybody, because saving was no longer incentivized by the banking, because you can't earn enough percentage point to even compensate for the inflation. So because of this, saving has gone to the wayside. People don't think about saving. Let me explain the basic common principle of saving. You got a jar in your room. Every time you break a dollar, you put your change in it. That's what's saving. Anyone got audio? Is my audio bad?
No, you're good. You're good. He just said he
Okay.
fixed it.
So you're adding to your pile. What does HEX allow you to do? It allows you every day you are adding to your pile of HEX. That's saving. That is not gambling. I'm not looking for a gamble. If I want to go gamble, I'll take $100 and I'll go to the casino. What HEX is for me, it's a savings account. Now, how many savings accounts do I freaking need? How many savings accounts do you have in a real world? How many jars do you have in your real room? How many piggy banks? How many do you actually need? If you got a hammer, you can drive a nail. You don't need to go out and buy another hammer. So be honest with yourself about what you are doing. Are you trying to gamble or are you trying to save? Because there is no better tool out there to save than HEX. And I don't care what they come up with. There is no better tool to save than HEX right now. Okay? Everything else is another speculative asset. And speculative asset means you are making a bet. You are gambling. You are betting that something is going to outdo HEX. Okay? But you know what? A go-kart ain't beating a Lamborghini. Okay? The go-kart ain't beating a Lamborghini no matter how hard you try, how quick you get it out the door, or how cool you make it look. It's not going to win. And these things come along so rarely. And I explained why, because nobody tries. You know? And I'll tell you what, look, you need to spot this right now. When people start talking about exit liquidity and they start funding HEX after they've came into the community, and they're talking about exit liquidity, that's projection, guys. They're telling you their character. That is how they think, and they're projecting it onto HEX, and they are telling you how they are going to manage their coin. Telling you. They're spelling it right out there for you. If you fall for it, that's your problem, because they just told you what kind of person they are. Let me tell you another one. We had this guy, Nightly. He was the biggest influencer we had. He had a following. He had a name. He dumped 150 million HEX on everybody's head and bragged about it. And then he wanted everybody to come over and join his coin. He literally dumped on your head and then said, come join my coin. Why would you go with him? He told you what he was going to do. He told you what kind of person he was, but you went anyway. Why? Because you thought, oh, this guy's improving on the idea. No, people don't improve on HEX. You know why they don't improve on HEX? Because they're doing it for the sake of profit, not glory. They're trying to put themselves at the top of the food chain. They're trying to put themselves in control. The reason why they have a problem with the OA is because they want to be the OA. They know what they would do with the money if they had it. They don't have the ability to do with it what somebody else that doesn't need it can do, because they don't have the financial backing to leave it set there and do what it's supposed to do. You know?
Yeah.
That's where the real problem comes in. And it's the intent. People are not building something so other people can be financially free, self-sovereign, run their own code, take their own responsibilities. No, they do it because they want your follow, they want your attention, and they want you to put them at the top of the food chain. They want you to take your economic energy, invest in them so that they can take it. That's what they want. They don't want you to build. They don't want you to win. They want to be in a higher power position. They don't want to earn their position. They want to skip that and just put themselves at the top of the food chain and think that they're already prepared to handle that position.